Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something, well, pretty unexpected. Digital fashion. Yeah, not clothes you wear out, but outfits for your online avatar, in places like Decentraland or Roblox.
Or even Zapatos, and for your Instagram posts, too. It's a whole ecosystem.
Right. It sounds a bit sci-fi, maybe, but apparently it's growing fast.
Oh, it is. It's becoming a really significant way people express their identity online, in these virtual spaces and social media.
And here's the kicker. There's real money involved, like serious money.
Absolutely. We're talking digital jackets selling for thousands. And there's that virtual Gucci bag.
That's the one. It sold for more than the actual physical bag. Wild.
Yeah, it really signals a shift in perceived value.
So our mission today is to unpack this, understand what digital fashion is all about and how it's changing things, online identity, commerce, the whole deal.
It sounds good.
Okay, so first off, how do you actually make money designing clothes that aren't, well, real?
Well, it's interesting. The skills are different. You're not talking about sewing machines and patterns.
Right.
It's more about mastering 3D design software. Tools like CLO 3D, Blender. DressX is another platform.
So technical skills, but different ones.
Exactly. And creativity, of course. Plus, you really need a feel for digital culture, for what looks good and resonates online, rather than traditional tailoring expertise.
Gotcha. So it's less about the drape of the fabric and more about the pixels on the avatar. What about starting a whole brand then, virtually?
That's where it gets really compelling. A lot of the usual branding ideas still matter. You need a style, right? Luxury, maybe streetwear, or even those meme-based designs that pop up. But the big advantage, the overhead is way, way lower.
Yeah.
And your reach is instantly global, like 247 sales worldwide. No physical shop constraints.
That accessibility is huge, isn't it? A total game changer. Now, NFTs, they seem tied up in this digital fashion world. How do they fit in?
Yeah, NFTs are pretty central. They basically provide proof of ownership for digital items. So a designer can mint their virtual coat or dress as a unique token on the blockchain.
Okay, so it proves it's the original digital item.
Exactly. It creates verifiable scarcity. So you can own that specific digital piece, show it off in, say, Decentraland, trade it like a collectible.
Or even rent it out. I heard something about that.
Potentially, yeah. Imagine an influencer borrowing a super rare digital Balenciaga piece for a virtual event. It opens up a whole digital economy around these items.
Like owning a piece of digital couture. But it's not just indie creators doing this, right? The big fashion houses are involved too.
Oh, definitely. You've got major players stepping in. Nike launched Swoosh, which is their Web3 platform.
Right, I saw that.
Adidas is active, Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana. They're all experimenting on the blockchain, exploring these virtual worlds. They see the potential for connecting with customers and, well, new revenue.
But with giants like that moving in, can the smaller, independent designers still make a mark?
That's actually one of the most exciting parts. The digital playing field feels, well, more level.
Yep.
Talent can really shine through.
How so?
Because you don't necessarily need the massive marketing budgets or the physical distribution networks of the established houses. If your designs are cool and capture the digital zeitgeist, you can build a following. It's quite democratic in that sense.
So it's not just about dressing up avatars then. It feels like something bigger is happening here.
I think so too. If you zoom out, digital fashion is really where technology, our evolving digital identities, and new kinds of art all meet.
An intersection point.
Precisely. And as more of our lives work, socializing, entertainment moves online, how we present ourselves there naturally becomes more important. Our digital look gains real significance.
Okay, so the big takeaway here isn't this might happen someday. It's happening now. It's a real business with a real cultural impact.
Exactly right. And for anyone listening who's, creative or an entrepreneur or just interested in where things are heading, digital fashion is an area to watch. It's still early days in many ways, offering real opportunities.
It definitely leaves you thinking. Which brings us to our final thought for you today. As our lives get more and more intertwined with virtual spaces, could our digital wardrobes, could they actually end up mattering more to us than our physical ones?
That's a provocative question, isn't it? Something to mull over.
Definitely. Thanks for exploring this fascinating world with us.